exchange experiences, frankly exchange issues that will take us forward, and we then engage with the opposition in the afternoon, and that I think was a good beginning for us tomorrow to proceed. Otherwise, I thank you very much. طيب خلينا نشكر كل الإخوة في الصحافة الجو. احنا الليلة أخذنا جولة كويسة، أنه صباح قدرنا نتناقش مع تومايني تيم عشان هم يشاركوا معنا الخبرة بتاعهم من السي بي اي، وجو لاتفاق 2015 ووصلوا ل 2016 وصلوا لاتفاق المناشطة، وصلنا في تومايني بعد ما مشينا لسيليجيديو. ده ادانا فرصة انه نفهم خبرتهم والمشاكل اللي هم بيواجهوها. احنا برضه اديناهم شرح كامل انه احنا مرينا بتنفيذ اتفاق والصعوبات اللي واجهناها ونحن متجهين لوين، وقلنا جهتنا دي نحن جينا بعد ما حللنا البروتوكولات اللي وقعوها هنا في نيروبي في موضوع بتاع تومايني انيشيتيف، وانه الخلفيه بتاعنا بتاع الحكومه هيكون مبني على بروتوكولات اللي وقعوها هنا. ده ادينا فرصه بكره ان شاء الله. الاجتماع بتاعنا بكره رسميا، بكره هيعلنوا بكره رسميا يفتحوه. بعد كده بنخش في مناقشه البروتوكولات واحد واحد عشان نصل في فهم ونصل في نقاشات الدقيق اللي ممكن يخلينا نمشي قدام. انا افتكر الجو ليله طيب، احنا جينا نسلم نفوسنا مع اخواننا اللي في المعارضه، كنا الناس بيضحكوا والناس بيسال بعضهم، وانا افتكر دي خلق جو كويسه لبكره عشان نقدر نناقش كل البروتوكولات الموجوده واحد واحد. شكرا جزيلا.
We just want to ask briefly, we understand there was, after the meeting of the two presidents, they talked about 2 weeks, and now you're talking about discussing the protocols one by one. What does that mean? Can you make more clarification? What's on the top of the agenda tomorrow?
I think there was a bit of a misunderstanding in that the joint communique was to direct the teams to start within 2 weeks, you see, because as a government we have a process. So I think people understood it to be concluded in 2 weeks. We did not want to attach any particular time frame for the conclusion of the discussions because we don't know the issues that will come up. But I think issues will guide us and we will proceed according to the challenges or the positive nature of the things that we find. Could be shorter, could be longer.
Meaning the protocols are going to be revisited? The initial protocols?
We are going to respond. We're not revisiting, we're going to respond as a government.
All the agendas agreed?
Sorry?
All the agendas for the reduction have been agreed?
I didn't hear you well.
The agenda.
Oh, the agenda is clear.
Yeah.
I think I explained it, is agreed. So tomorrow we will come in the afternoon, have a lunch, and then go to detailed discussion in response to the protocols that were initial before.
Yeah.
I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, and that was Cabinet Affairs Minister Dr. Martin Elia Lumuro briefing journalists following a joint consultation.
Yes, Aminu Halasma, the deputy head of the chief mediator, who is also going to make a briefing. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We thank the parties for honoring this important session on the resumption of the Tumaini initiative. We have already engaged with the government delegation on a one-to-one consultation. We have also engaged the stakeholders and also the opposition. Today we had a joint session of the stakeholders. Today we had a joint session of the government and the opposition, and we were able to cover important milestone of confidence building. Confidence building, as you know, is important in the mediation process. So tomorrow we'll have a resumption of talks, ceremony that will usher in the commencement, the official commencement. So far we are dealing with the pre-negotiation phase, and this will guide us into the next phase, which will be a substantive discussion, which will commence tomorrow after the official opening. I don't have.
Yes, Emmanuel Joseph Akile.
من deputy head of mission, deputy chief mediator بتاع التيم اللي حيناقش الليلة، ومنه قليلا ثواني قليلة نجي طوالي
اللغة كله.
نعم، ولسه في محادثات هناك منو حيجي يتكلم للحضور أو للإعلام هنا نيابة عن السوما، ويبدو إنه الناطق باسم السوما لوالداو هو اللي حيجي بعد أي زمن من الآن، اللي حيجي يقدم بريس بريفينج بتاعه. وإحنا لسه بنتكلم في المؤتمر الصحفي المشترك ده، ولكن كنا متوقع الجنرال لازارو سيمبويا، لكن هو ما جاء، لكن النائب بتاعه اللي هو جاء وقدم المؤتمر الصحفي بتاعه قبل شويه، وكلمات بتاعه عن انه ده كونفيدنس بيلدينج او بناء بتاع الثقه بين الاطراف في اجتماع بتاع الليله تمهيدا لبكره. وكمان برضه احنا سمعنا من الدكتور مارتن إليه لومور اللي هو برضه يتكلم في موضوع بتاعت انه حيكون في ريسبونس لبروتوكولز 1 باي 1. ده يعني حيكون في رد فعل بتاع الحكومه بعد ما هم عملوا اسسمنت او عملوا مراجعه فعاله لكل البروتوكولات الثمانيه ولا التسعه اللي عملوا له انيشيلينج. وانا سالته قبل شويه، انا قلت هل ده بيعني انه هيعيدوا فتح بتاع اتفاقيه السلام المنشط، وهو ذكر او فتح بتاع تومايني انيشيليف البروتوكولات اللي تم انيشيل بتاعه. وهنا نسمعه قبل شويه مباشره هنا وهو برد بيقول انه حنجي نسمع لريسبونس بتاع الحكومه من بكره بعد اللونش بتاع تومايني. بنذكر المشاهدين ان احنا لسه في والمستمعين ان احنا لسه في العاصمه الكينيه نيروبي في البث المباشر للمؤتمر الصحفي. ومن دقائق قليله من الان حنجي نسمع من واحد من السوا اللي حيتكلم نيابه عن سوما، اللي هيتكلم نيابه عن التيم عامه. ده حيكون بعد دقائق قليله. نعم، وحاليا حنجي نسمع من السيد لوالداو، وهو طبعا هو لوالداو اللي هو spokesperson بتاع South Sudan Opposition Movement Alliance, and he is right here right now to address the media.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, my name is Lual Dao, the Secretary General of SOMA and other opposition groups negotiating here at Tumaini Initiative, and the spokesperson of the opposition. Today, after a very long waiting for the government delegation, in fact we have been waiting for more than 3 months, we are happy and welcome them to Tumaini headquarters here at Gili Hotel. And the meeting today was mainly an opportunity for us to interact as the parties to the Tumaini initiative. But let me make it categorically clear that the opposition, SOMA and other opposition group, we are very committed to start the process of the talk where the talk stopped. And basically, it is for us to conclude the rescue plan. A rescue plan that will help our people in terms of a very serious economic transformation, security sector reform, an issue that will address education, health, for our citizens. Tumaini initiative is an agreement that geared towards our IDPs, our refugees, our internally displaced persons, all the people of South Sudan who have been suffering for very long time. Today, the leaders of opposition, many of them were part of the SPLA, share their experience and their vision that they have spent many years as the commanders of the SPLM, fighting for a new Sudan, and that which resulted to an independent South Sudan. Yet, the South Sudan is facing so many issues, and we are going to approach this process with open heart, very committed, focus on solving the problems, and hopefully very soon, I want to assure our citizens in Malakal, in Bantiu, in Akobo, in Juba, in Wau, in Awil, in Warab, everywhere in South Sudan, that we are going to have peace agreement that you will all be proud of, a peace agreement for you, not for the elite and not for politicians. This is all I can say for now. Thank you very much.
Just one question. Was there any unified agreement you have which they had to weigh as to how you move forward from here now? Because we are told that the resumption is tomorrow. Did you agree on maybe some agendas on how to move forward from today's meeting?
Yes, that schedule will be left for the mediation to decide the way forward. But what I can see, the government delegation, the opposition, we are committed to engage and talk. As whenever we are called by the mediation, we will be available, and I'm sure also our brothers in the government will be available. So we are ready and available to engage our brothers. Thank you very much.
نعم، ده كان هناك لوال داو اللي هو طبعا الناطق باسم بتاع الصومع، برضو بيقدم على اساس انه بيقول انه حيواصلوا من مما وقفوا سابقا، وده حيكون نظرة تاني برضو للمحادثات بكرة، وحننتظر بكرة حيكون في شنو، وهو من المتوقع يكون ضيف بتاعي في برنامج الدون الصباحي بكرة. This is all what we have from now. We take it back to you there in the studio, La Suba Memo, and for our followers on Facebook. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, we will continue to have a live broadcast from here tomorrow morning from Nairobi on The Dawn Show. Bye for now.
Thank you indeed, Emmanuel Joseph Akile, and that was a live broadcast there of a joint press conference by the parties to the Tumaini initiative in Nairobi, Kenya, where the parties have actually resolved to launch the process starting tomorrow and going forward. And for this, you can later share with us your view if you don't want. But in the meantime, I am actually joined by the Chief Administrator of Greater Pibor Administrative Area, and he's here to reflect on the just concluded Governors Forum and particularly the affairs of the region. Mr. Boyoy made a catchy presentation during the 8th Governors Forum in Juba, where he highlighted the area's achievements, challenges and recommendations for sustainable peace with the neighboring communities and as well the entire country. Mr. Boyoy was appointed as Chief Administrator of the Greater Pibor Administrative Area on April 16, 2024. His appointment came more than 4 months after he stepped down as the chairperson of South Sudan Youth Union following the expiration of his tenure this month in 2023. Now, Boyoy partook in the just concluded 8th Governors Forum and presented his administration's achievements, challenges and recommendations during this period of his leadership. I am glad to be joined by him live in the studios of IROD. It's good having you, Honorable Chief Administrator.
Thank you very much, my brother, for having me. And I want to actually acknowledge all our listeners and people who will follow us on radio. So that we have a good deliberation on the issues. Right.
First of all, apologies for having kept you waiting because of the emerging or the developing story from the Tumaini initiative in Nairobi. Now, first, of course, I suppose that was your first time as a leader of a region to attend a forum of that nature. Maybe share with us your experience, how it was like, teaming up or joining up with colleagues from across the country.
Thank you very much once again. I think the Governors Forum is one of the unique platforms that enable the governors and chief administrators and other stakeholders to articulate issues, starting from highlighting the achievement and also the challenges facing them, and then the way forward. And the most important part of it is that issues was discussed openly, and also we managed to bring in all the relevant ministers, national ministers, who are actually in direct portfolios that may address some of these recommendations, because I believe the biggest challenge will be the implementation, but then we need all the stakeholders included, so that when we talk about the implementation, then we have everyone on board, rather than looking for someone who don't understand what are those recommendations. So it's a very unique platform, and as the first time that I actually attended this, I was actually optimistic, and I looked forward that the recommendations that we have made are going to be implemented.
All right. First thing, are the resolutions and recommendations satisfactory to you as the Chief Administrator of Greater Pibor Administrative Area?
So far, we have managed to put on some recommendation, although we did not manage to get all we wanted to be adapted as a resolution, especially things to do with Greater Pibor Administrative Area. But in the broader perspective, at least we managed to come up with a recommendation that covered all the states, the challenges that facing all of us, and I think there are a lot of common challenges that facing each and every state. On top of it is the issue of the delayment of the salaries, and the issue of the roadblocks and river transportation also blocks. So these are the issues that facing each and every state and administrative area. But then on the other hand, we have also challenges facing us as administrative area, which we felt it was not captured.
Which are these peculiar areas?
On top of this is the issue of the road, between that road going from Juba to Bibor. It was one of the recommendations that we have recommended the national government to look into this issue, so that we have a connectivity to